tell me if I'm wrong. I described it as, the macro would be like the Belt and Road Initiative that the CCP is doing and what they're doing in Latin American countries, for example, and coming in and saying, sure, we can build an airport for you. We can have a port created for you, and we'll give you the infrastructure and the money and everything else. And then once you end up doing that, all of a sudden, pretty much they're on top of the government in the country. They are now in our Western Hemisphere. This is what they do on the macro level. On the micro level, this is what we're talking about. On the micro level, it's the same exact thing. It's just now infiltrating at a community level, making, if I get this right, making you believe that there are these entities out there who want to help. Let's just say if a teacher, for example, can't get certain tools, books, or things that they would love to have in the classroom, that an organization would come along, a group, quote unquote, air quotes, would come along and say, we would love to help you. We would love to bring that in. Not realizing that you're letting what is it, Troy through the gate, if you will.
That's exactly right. And the way you compared it to their Belt and Road, their global initiative, is very on point. Actually, one of the young scholars who testified, a young woman named Cheryl Yu, described this. She said, it starts with favors, it ends with control. And so with the Belt and Road, we want to build you a port. And then all of a sudden you're in a debt trap. Now China has taken over control of that port in Latin America, in Africa, in some key node across the world. What you see in the state of Florida is what you're describing. Oh, you need Chinese language services? We're going to insert propaganda. You need cheap computers? We're going to use those to spy on you. So it starts with favors, it ends with control. And if you look at the legislation, which obviously we did a lot, the senator, the representative, I mean, every vector that China could use to insert themselves into the state of Florida, which they try very hard to do, this legislation would take it apart. The technologies can no longer go into the state government, nor can they go into critical infrastructure, where China loves to put kill switches so they could turn off your power. The influence operations, those people have to start registering with the state of Florida, and they are no longer allowed to give gifts to politicians or people in the political space. And you go on and on through this legislation. And I should say, Florida has already done a ton to punch back at the Chinese Communist Party. Yep. This would put you really at the pole position. And that's why it's so gratifying to see that the Senate and the House passed this out of the committees unanimously on the first step.